everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm getting straight into it, going in with brows first and using the Benefit Ka-Brow in the shade number 3 and just lightly filling in her brows with this. I'm using a Zoeva brow definer brush, starting at the tails and then slowly building my way up to the starts of the brows. Then to define the brows, I'm just taking some Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light and just using a Zoeva concealer brush. I'm just using that to define the brows, so just popping that below and above the brow. Then to set the brows in place, I'm taking the 24-Hour Brow Setter by Benefit and just popping that through her brows just to make sure all the hairs stay in place all day. Then I popped the rest of the concealer on the eyelid to prime them, and then to set it, I'm using the Rimmel Translucent Powder. I love this stuff. It's just perfect for setting the eyelid. It makes the shadows go on so much more seamlessly. Then I'm taking Creme Brûlée by Makeup Geek. It is the most amazing transition color ever. And just putting that into the crease, and I'm just using a Rebond crease brush. Then I'm taking a Makeup Geek shade again called Americano and just basically putting that on the outer corners of the eyes. Once again, using a Zoeva brush. I think this is a Luxe Definer brush. I'll make sure I leave the brushes I use down below as well. Now going in with the best matte black ever, Corrupt by Makeup Geek as well, and just using that to deepen up the outer corners. Then to crisp up the edges, I'm just taking some micellar water on some cotton tips and just making a really crisp eyeshadow line. Then I'm taking the Mecca Max Gold Cream eyeshadow and just popping that on with a flat BH Cosmetics brush, just on her inner corners of the eyes. Then I'm taking one of my favorite products at the moment. It is the Australis Shimmer Pigment Pot. So I'm taking it in the shade Glycerin Gold and I'm just packing that straight over the top of that cream eyeshadow. Oh my god, the pigment of this is amazing. It just looks so stunning on the lid. Then for liner, I'm just taking my favorite, which is the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Pot Liner, just the black one. For lashes, I'm taking these Icon Cosmetics lashes and I'm just popping them on with this Model Rock Lash Tweezer and just really pressing the real lashes with the false ones together. And then, of course, coating the lashes with some mascara. I tend to use the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. Now onto base, I'm taking the Dermalogica Calm Water Gel and just applying that all over. I love this moisturizer. It just kind of makes the face look so dewy underneath and it just makes the foundation go on really nicely over the top. I'm going in with some strobe cream by MAC because I really wanted her base to be as dewy as possible because I just think her complexion is so beautiful and I didn't really want to cover that many freckles, so I really wanted a nice dewy radiant base, so I decided to put this on underneath the foundation. Then to prime, I'm just using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is the coconut one. For foundation, I'm using one of my new faves. It is the Mecca Max Life Proof Foundation. This one's in the shade number 7. Just popping that all over her face first and then blending it all in with a damp beauty blender. Then taking my favorite concealer ever, the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 20 Sand, and just popping that underneath her eyes to conceal and highlight, and then I go and pop it on her cupid's bow, chin, down the bridge of her nose, and a bit on her forehead, and then again blending it all out. I like to kind of use it to create a little bit more of a crisper line for the eyeshadow as well on the sides. Then going in with my Ride or Die Laura Mercier translucent powder, just packing it on the beauty blender and really pressing it in to the under eye area. Then to set the rest of her face, I'm taking this Bare Minerals powder. I'm pretty sure this one was in the shade Sandstone. I'm really liking these powders recently. They've got a really nice sheen to it. They're not that full coverage compared to the Australis ones, but I'm really enjoying them lately. Then for the lower lash line, I'm taking Creme Brûlée again. Now I'm taking Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek. I used all Makeup Geek shadows for this eye look today. I just think Makeup Geeks are so affordable and the quality of their eyeshadows are amazing. Then I'm going in with Americano again and just using that to blend out her lower lash line. Then I'm taking this Zoeva smudger brush and I'm taking Corrupt and just really pressing that into her lower lash line, because once I put the black in the waterline, it'll just make it a little bit more seamless when I go to blend the black underneath. So now I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in black and just placing that in her waterline with a Zoeva winged liner brush. Then I'm going back in with the Zoeva smudger brush just with a little bit of black and just really pressing that down just so it looks as smoky as possible. And then I'm just popping some mascara on her lower lash line. For the center of the eye, I love to use the Australis Metallics. And then I like to go over it with the Artist Couture Illuminati Loose Powder Highlight. I just think it just makes the inner corners pop and it just looks so beautiful. Then for the rest of the face, I'm taking the Too Faced Natural Face Palette and I'm just going to be taking the bronzer up the top right hand corner, just again on a Zoeva brush and bronzing up her cheeks. Then I'm taking another one of my favorite bronzers. It's from Too Faced and popping that along her cheeks as well. Then taking Hoola by Benefit to further contour. This brush I'm using is from BH Cosmetics. Now to bake, I'm taking the Face of Australia translucent powder just on that same damp beauty blender and just creating a line from the top of her ear all the way to the side of her mouth, not keeping that on for too long. Then I'm going in with blush and just mixing these two colors. That was just the same Too Faced cheek palette that we used earlier for bronzer. So I'm just popping that on her cheeks. Then for highlighter, I'm taking one of my all-time faves, which is MAC Soft and Gentle, using a Zoeva highlighting brush and just popping that on the highest point of her face. So her cheekbones, above the arches of her brows, down the center of her face, and Cupid's bow. To line her lips, I'm taking this Anika Organic Lip Liner. This one's in the shade Dusty Rose, and yeah, just lining her lips with this. Then to fill in her lips, I'm taking a Nars lip color. This one's in the shade American Woman, and just popping that all over it. Such a gorgeous, deep, plummy color. And then, of course, for gloss on top, I'm going in with the Rimmel Oh My Gloss. This is just the clear one. And then to set her face, I'm just taking the Urban Decay Chill and setting her face. And that is the final look. I hope you guys enjoy watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below to give me some suggestions for more client makeup tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.